everybody. Hey, Lisa.
Hey there.
Good to see you all. Hey, Karen. Good to see you. I just met her this morning.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we've got Butler Family Farm, Milk and Honey Heritage Farms. Hello, hello. Suburban Hillbilly. Hello. Thank you all
Oh,
for
that's
coming
cool.
in.
Sorry, I had to move my
How's
computer
everybody
around.
doing?
Hey,
You're
everybody.
good. I have a delay. Do I have a delay? I see a delay on you, Lisa. Do I have a delay?
Yes and no. It comes and goes.
It's my internet then, because now you're on cue with yourself. I hope everybody's been doing well and doing all the things.
Well,
I'm wanting to
yeah.
hear about the things you're doing too, Lisa. I'm really interested and intrigued by your seed roll that you have going over there.
Stay tuned. There will be an update. But yeah,
Awesome.
I'm happy with them so far. I
Hmm.
don't know that I would do my tomatoes because I have them inside for so long,
Hmm.
but I would definitely do other seeds in them.
Hmm. I have
Absolutely.
I have noticed some of my tomatoes that I have inside. I've seen a couple little gnats over there. And you want to hear something interesting? I have seen a couple little gnats, but I've got them all labeled because if you remember, when I planted my tomatoes, I did half of them with biochar and I did half of them without the biochar. And I'm pretty sure there's no gnats on my biochar ones. And they're all intermingled. They're not like separated. I have them labeled so I can tell who's who. But I move them around to water them. They go in and out. You know how it is. I move him around because one looks like maybe he's leaning too much this way and he wants more sun. So I want to help him, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
And hey,
my
Nanny to them. But
hey
I
Nanny.
think the biochar might be contributing to pest resistance.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep watching them closely. Hey, Devin, our new land.
You are new
Good to
land.
see you guys.
That's
But I think,
awesome.
isn't it? And I was another interesting thing. So we have a neighbor who wanted us to come and help her. Well, wanted Mountain Grandpa. I was a little bit of help, but he was the most help because she had some really big, dirty, heavy things that she wanted him to help her with. And so we went over there, and she had a bowl of charcoal in her garage. And she said, I haven't had any mouse. She said, mice. She said, somebody told me to put charcoal on the floor in my garage and it would, near the entryways, and it would keep the mice from coming in. And she said, she hasn't had any mice in her garage from charcoal. So here we are talking about biochar, right? Hey, Ginger, not for nothing
Hey, Ginger.
homestead. Thank you for coming. So I'm actually wondering if the biochar in my tomatoes, with the ones that are labeled that way, I'm not seeing gnats on them. I think that they might be preventing the gnats at least. I mean, I don't know how they're going to do with other types of pest resistance, but this is going to be interesting because they're going to be in the same bed. Like I'm putting all of my Dr. Wychee yellow tomatoes in the same garden space together.
Hmm.
Interesting,
That's
huh?
cool.
The little things. I wasn't for sure, like I wasn't expecting that. We'll put it that way. So that's kind of
Cool.
neat. Is your
My my tomatoes are officially hitting the lights,
Hey Gwen?
which is hey Gwen, and they look like they're gonna blossom. Ryan says, yeah, they're gonna blossom next week.
Oh my
But
goodness.
I don't
That's
know
so
what happened to them
amazing.
this year. They're like on steroids or something. But
That is
anyway,
awesome. Oh, I have a
like you,
question.
I moved. Okay.
Did you use seeds from your tomatoes you planted last year, or were they like brand new seeds from a brand new supplier, or same supplier, different seeds? Where'd the seeds come from? Hey, MB Heritage Farms. Good to see you
Well,
all.
I had a ton germinate because I was trying to use up old seeds and was
Uh-huh.
thinking that the germination rate would be bad.
Uh-huh.
And that's why I had to give so many away because I had
Oh.
150 something germinate.
Oh. Whoa.
Um,
My goodness.
yeah. No, it's cool though because I gave them to folks locally, so that's awesome. But anyway, So it was really just all seeds that I
Mhm.
had. The other thing is I did plant some of the new seeds
Mhm.
tomato,
Mhm.
and I planted them late just to see how they do because they're
Mhm.
Siberian.
Uh-huh.
Hey,
Huh.
Gwen. And then, um, but anyway, what I was saying was I can't even think straight today. Uh,
Okay, all the germination rates, 150, and that you didn't think they were all going to germinate, and then they did. And then you've got Siberian tomatoes going on. I haven't heard of
well, yeah,
those.
because I live in Siberia.
You do? Wait. Are
Southern
they
Black
called
Hills.
are they called Siberian tomatoes?
They
Are they
are.
from Siberia? Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah,
Okay,
they're
so now I
Siberian.
have to be obnoxious, but I really have to ask. I don't know where Siberia. I couldn't show you Siberia on a map. Um, Whatever that's called, geography, not exactly my forte. I'm good. I know the United States. Are you saying your climate's similar to Siberia, or were you joking? Like, I don't mean to be.
Joking.
I'm just, oh, okay. Because I don't know
Joking.
where it is. I have no idea.
um, Thanks, Ginger. But anyway, what we end up doing is now they've officially touched the lights, and I had to move them around to make sure. But I will say this, Rutgers,
Uh
I am
huh.
not impressed with that variety at all. Someone sent me seeds. I
Mm-hmm.
think I won them or something.
Uh huh.
Brand new seeds, and the
Huh.
germination rate was horrible. The plants are
Wow.
only like this big.
Oh, wow.
They're horrible. My other ones are
Huh.
like this. I mean,
Wow.
not
I'm gonna
impressed.
just make sure you saw this from Ginger. She rewatched your Friday Night Live.
Yes, I did see that. I said thank you. I
Oh,
appreciate
okay.
that.
I missed half of that, and I need to go watch the other half.
Leftover potato seeds. Tomato, Gary, tomato.
Hey, Lisa, are you growing any cherry tomatoes?
No,
No, just all
I don't
regular
have room.
tomatoes.
Yeah, I don't have. I have sweetheart cherry
Oh,
tomato
hey,
seeds,
Nita.
and
Hmm.
they were beautiful. But
Hmm.
it's just not. I don't have enough room.
I like to have cherry tomatoes on my front porch, and that's where I put them. And when the grandbabies come over, hey, Beverly Moffat, good to see you. Thanks for coming. Um, when the grandbabies come over, they love to go and just pick cherry tomatoes and eat them because they know we always want them to eat healthy. So they can eat some of they love the fresh cherry tomatoes, and then they're getting this good job, after they eat them.
That's awesome.
Okay, Nanny Tam, I'm going to email you. Thank you.
I Yeah, I mean, I just prioritize room for. We're trying to grow as much as we can
Yes,
in
yes.
our space. So that's
Yep.
that's our goal. And so we don't
Yeah,
grow tons of different things. We just grow
yeah.
what works.
Yes.
And it's just to me, cherry tomatoes, I don't want to use the space this year.
Yeah, yeah. That makes sense. So with your Karen's got sun gold cherry tomatoes.
Mm.
Those do sound good. I'm
Hey,
growing.
Bev.
What am I growing? I'll have to tell you what I'm growing later because black cherry tomatoes, that's one of them, and raspberry cherry tomatoes or something like that. Those are the ones I'm growing, and I grew them last year and they were really good. So I didn't shake it up too much with those. I'm going to put a couple big pots on the porch, and that's how we're going to do that. I'm kind of doing like you, Lisa. I'm not doing a ton of different tomatoes. I've got the Dr. Aichi yellow tomatoes going because I want to win $100 from Grow Big TV.
Yep.
And then I've got the Mariana tomatoes, the Vineyard Chicks
Hmm.
Homestead for that Survival Seeds 24 collaboration. So that and cherry tomatoes. Those are the only tomatoes that I'm doing. I'm not going to do other tomatoes. I'm going to run out of room. So,
Well, that's why I'm not doing the Vineyard Chicks
mhm,
collaboration is because some of the things they sent I've never had luck with, like onions from seed.
mhm.
Just I can't get it to
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
The other thing is I don't want to use up space for things because we have a little window and I need to get a lot of stuff.
mhm, yeah, yeah.
because I love
What
to
do
support them. I
you
just couldn't fit them
Oh,
in
I know
there.
it. I know.
They
And honestly,
understood. I told them.
so true. I am horrible at onions and beets. I've never been very successful about them. I like to eat the greens, and I don't know if when I'm eating the greens I'm impacting the size of the root or what's happening, but I've always been horrible about um, the quality of my beets. My beet greens I could eat on, but the beetroot itself doesn't turn out so well. And then butternut squash, I've never really grown, and I don't necessarily have a ton of space to grow a butternut squash, but I'm going to do what I can. Um, so I'm with you on that. Some of the pepperoncinis, I had one pepperoncini last year that turned out one. So we'll see. And I don't necessarily use them, so I'm gonna have to find another use for those guys if I can get them to grow well. Hey, Ann
Yeah, and
Haynes.
we couldn't even get bell peppers last year. So
Mm-hmm.
when asked if we're growing squash, yeah, zucchini and yellow squash because they always do well,
Mm-hmm. And I
except
like
for
them in
last
the
year.
kitchen, don't you? I like zucchini and squash in my kitchen. I like to have those on hand.
Yep,
Hundreds of onion seeds. Zero came up. Fifth year in a row. Okay, Anne, you get the medal for due diligence. Let me tell you, that is really sticking with it and not giving up, friend. I gotta say,
four
kudos to
years
you.
I've done it too, and they look terrible.
Is there anything, Anne, that you could do different? I always think I haven't, so I don't know how many years I've tried, but I feel like I haven't, when I've tried, I haven't tried that hard. And I feel like when I say try hard, I mean, I feel like there's still other things I could try to do. So I'm going to try more
One
nice
thing,
this year.
I onions were on my list of never to grow again, and I ended up doing it because someone said to me, "It was Tony in my cabin in our cabin in the woods, and Shelly at Whiskey and Sunshine
Mm-hmm.
had said, they're thirsty, they require the fertilizer, all that. And
Mm-hmm.
last year we did really well. Now I had sets that were not sprouting, but right
Mm-hmm.
now I have sets that were sprouting when I got them.
Mm-hmm.
And they're in my pantry. And so now I'm
Mm-hmm.
just waiting to put them in the ground because we were beautifully warm this past weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And today we're like 50. And then the next 3 days we're going to be 30s.
Yeah.
So after that, I'm hoping I can get them in there.
Awesome. So about the rogue potato plant from last year. Wow. I've never had that. I don't know. You say it's a foot tall. Is it all? It's got to be under dirt, right? Like, is it? You mean the dirt is a foot tall, and there's the potato?
No, rogue potato plant. So the plant is a foot tall.
Mm-hmm.
I
Hmm.
would leave it and wait till the end when it's
Mm-hmm.
time to harvest potatoes and see what comes
Yeah,
up.
I think that's a good idea. I'd go ahead and you know how you got to cover your potato plants with dirt and stuff every now and then. I would do that and let it grow, and when it looks like it's died back, then see what you got. You never know. Could
Yep.
be that maybe that one just kind of lied dormant through the winter. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Hey, Wendy, good to see
Hey,
you.
Wendy.
So, Lisa, your seeds. Can we talk about your seed rolls too? I want to hear more. Like, what's in your seed rolls? Um, how are you feeling about it so far? Um, and this is like, I know I'm asking you all the questions. You should do a another
I'm gonna
video.
do a video.
So you might not want to divulge too much information here. I'll let you be
I
the one to
I
determine
will.
that.
I'm happy with them. Overall,
Mm-hmm.
I'm very happy with them. I feel like germination was better.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they stayed moist.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they were very easy, and I
Mm-hmm.
feel that they were space saving.
Mm-hmm.
I will definitely be doing more next year.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Awesome.
I don't think that I would do my tomatoes in them. I know that the
Mhm.
lady who created this does. Um, but for me, I have to up pot them because they're in here so long. The other seeds should be
Mhm.
fine.
Mhm.
Compost is and seed starting mix was in mine.
Uh-huh.
And when I ran out of seed starting mix, I put compost.
Uh-huh.
But I like them. I like them. Things are coming up. They're doing well. My biggest
Awesome.
problem is I don't have enough um have enough space. I got to get the tomatoes out and I may have to
Mhm.
heat a greenhouse.
Mhm.
But I don't want to do that. Even though it's heated, I don't want to do that because it just makes
Yeah.
me nervous they're going to get stunted.
Yeah. I
So I'll
gotcha.
start hardening them off next week.
Mhm. Yep. So Gwen shared this: plant onion seeds in a cup like a zillion, keep them watered. Oh, I'm going to try that. I'm going to try that, Gwen. Like today, I'm going to try that and see what happens.
I sent all my onion seeds and other seeds that I will not be growing here, and I sent them to Gwen.
Did you? Awesome.
Yeah.
I had potatoes come up right, and they do make potatoes.
Oh,
Um,
she said onion seeds are seeds that don't stay viable very long. Interesting.
they are?
Hey,
Huh.
Blue.
Hey, Blue. Good to see you.
Karen wants to
Peppers.
know if there's any tips for blueberry plants.
Anybody got tips for blueberry plants? I haven't grown blueberries before. Didn't you grow blueberries before, Lisa?
Yeah, I don't know if they made it through the winter.
Hmm.
I mean, we didn't have a really bad winter, but
Yeah.
I'll see. They're in containers, so I don't know if they
Mm-hmm.
made it. I know they like acidic soil.
Yep.
I know
Mm-hmm.
my dad planted one, and it took forever to establish, but once it established, it was nonstop producing. It was amazing.
Awesome. I went to so we've got some folks doing some yard sales. I love a good yard sale.
Oh,
I
me
love a
too.
bad yard sale. I just I love a yard sale. But we went to this one yard sale, and this lady, oh my goodness, she had, we thought they were grapevines because she had, I don't know, maybe 100 yards in one direction, maybe 3 rows. So not like a ton, but using what space she had fences and you could see very clearly, the starting of some kind of something. We thought they were grapes. Turns out they were blackberries. And
Oh,
they were
favorite.
her pride and joy. Yes. And oh, I want to have berries, but it almost feels like I feel like I've got so many new things going on and I'm trying so many new things. I don't, and I feel like I'm late. I feel like I might be late to the party on the berries because I saw people talking about getting their berries planted like a month ago. You think?
I don't know. Look it up. Just
Yeah,
you
I'll have
never
to
know
look.
till you do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everybody's chiming in about the acidic soil. Hey, you know what
I
has a little acidity to it is cypress mulch. Hey, Grow
yeah.
Big TV. Good to see you, Joe.
Hey Joe. Hey Gail.
Mm-hmm.
I would die for blackberries. I had one last year. It died.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I, even my raspberries are not doing well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Heather's saying I'd wait until late fall on the berries. Yeah, I think I missed the berry party this year.
Yeah. I
Mm-hmm.
had an elderberry and a currant plant. The elderberry,
Mm-hmm.
I need another one to get berries, so I may just
Mm-hmm.
tear it out.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just not worth it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um, the other thing is if I don't get currants this year, I'm
Mm-hmm.
taking that out too. I've just not
Mm-hmm.
had luck with the perennial berry stuff, you know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
part of
I
it
can
is
imagine
me,
that would
and
be hard.
part of it, I no idea. Like I need
Mm-hmm.
Daz to come here and take care of them.
Oh, I know it. Yeah, he has an amazing berry, like just orchard in general of all kinds of fruit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I
So
I do well with strawberries.
I don't know that it gets that hot where Lisa is per se, Heather. It might be
for you.
maybe the so dry.
Yeah, that's part of our problem. I mean, I water them all of the growing
Mm-hmm.
season, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Hmm.
I've had them for a few years, Blue, so I'm see if I get anything, but they weren't it wasn't a new plant. It was a transplant from a plant that was fruiting.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Ginger. Yeah. I just like every year I want to try to do something new in the garden. So I've got the biochar that I'm trying, and I'll keep you guys posted on the pest resistance. I think it's crazy. I haven't seen a whole lot of gnats. I'm not feeling like they're going to kill my tomatoes, but I took them out in pairs to water them, and it just seemed like every time I had one of the Dr. Wychey tomato, I have like a little plastic container. So I put them in there because I've got this big, it's like a boot tray, actually, is what it is, that I have all my tomatoes on, but I don't want it to get all dirty. It's in my house still. So I put them in the little plastic container to water them. So the water fills up in there. It's just a way to control it. But that's when I would notice the gnats, and I would notice them on the tomato plants that did not have the biochar in them. I was like, what? Is this biochar really preventing these tomatoes from getting gnats? I thought that was crazy. And then after I heard my neighbor this same weekend say that somebody told her put charcoal next to her garage door on both sides and it would prevent her from getting mice in the garage. I thought, oh my gosh, is there like pest resistance coming from the biochar that's in these tomato plants? I know Grow Big TV's in here. Joe, is that a thing? Are those? I didn't realize necessarily that they were going to help with pests, and I'm not sure what all pests they might help with, but I thought that was cool. So doing
Hey,
the
Ann.
biochar thing, and then I'm growing new plants that I historically have not been successful with, so we'll see how that goes. But I'm going to try to grow in a hay bale this year. So right now I have my hay bale. You have to condition your hay bale. That's a thing. And I'm still learning about this conditioning of the hay bale. So
What
we'll
do you have
keep
to
you
do
all.
to condition it?
So I'm in the first 3 days. In the first 3 days, you keep it wet and you put fertilizer on top of it, and you make sure it gets watered down and that it just stays damp for 3 days. My understanding is the fertilizer is going to go into the hay bale. It's going to, right when you water it, it's going to travel down in there,
Yeah.
and it's going to help soften the hay bale, and it's going to provide a more fertile environment. And I guess internally, it's supposed to like start to turn it into a soil of such. Hey, Kim Patton Family Compound. Good to see you, Gil.
I'd be curious if you have a mold issue.
Oh, no. I'll tell you if I
No, I'm not. I'm
do.
not trying to be negative. I'm just,
No, I'm with you.
I mean, I get hay, right? And that for the pigs, and that's the worst thing you can have is mold, right? Because some animals
Mm-hmm.
will eat around it and you don't have to
Yep.
worry.
Yep.
Not mine. So
Yeah.
I always look at, the hay and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
I worry about that. So,
Mm-hmm.
that's
I might. I mean, it's pretty humid, where I'm located. So I have no idea. I got one hay bale. I was going to get four. And then my hubby's like, just start with one. Just start. And I was like,
yeah.
I will. I'll just start with one this year. If I really like it, maybe next year.
Do you
Uh,
know um Gwen put in something and it's very true. You have to worry about it with compost
yeah.
too.
Yeah. No, I
Did
don't
you
know.
ask that? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. So we'll find out. I mean, it's going to work or it's not going to work. But if it does have pesticides in it, even if it doesn't work this year, it might work better next year. Ginger's done this. Okay, this is cool. Never had a
Oh
mold
yeah.
issue, but you've got to keep it wet because the fertilizer is breaking it down and heating it up. It can catch fire if you don't keep it wet. Oh,
All hay can, yeah.
my family would be on my case so bad if that's happened. Oh my goodness. I have it back by our shed. So if it caught fire, that'd be bad news.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
yeah,
the
it's straw.
herbicide.
It is straw. So to be clear,
So it's straw, not hay.
yeah, straw, not hay. Yeah, I'm calling it a hay
Okay.
bale, straw bale. Yep.
Okay. I feel better
Hey,
now.
Joy, good to see you. Yeah, it is. It's straw. Did you mean straw too, Ginger? Maybe she knew what I meant. Yeah, I mean straw. Sorry, guys.
See, it's funny, the straw that I get, I mean, that,
Mhm.
I've got it on my garlic bed and that stuff is growing like none other.
Awesome. Yep, the herbicides, not pesticides they spray. Yep, yep. Yeah. So I'm starting with the one this year. We'll see how this sucker does. I don't even know what I'm going to put in there yet. I was going to put potatoes, um, and I still might, but I don't know. As long as I don't know, like I'm still in the beginning of this. I haven't read too far ahead to see what I need to do next. I just know right now, keep it wet, which is I started doing that yesterday before it rained. So now it's got, second day, the rain's coming. It's going to rain all day. I'll water it. We'll see how it does. Oh,
So
you
hey,
did
on
it
the
with
biochar,
9 bales?
yeah. Let me
Very
just read this. Biochar also suppresses nematode and insect pests for plant parasitic nematodes. The primary modes of action are changes in soil, microbial community diversity, the release of nematicidal compounds, and the induction of plant defenses. So yeah, it's got some pest controlling stuff in
Yeah, it does. I like almost want you to read it again. I'm
it.
gonna have to nerd out on that. So the nematode thing, it didn't say anything about gnats though, huh? I'm
No,
really
but it
curious. Like we'll see what
but it
else it
said
occurs.
but it did say insect pest.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, isn't that cool? I
wow.
just love that because I hate those little gnats, and I'll tell you, I hate the squash bugs. I seen a squash bug outside sitting over there. I've got a pallet, and I've got
And it was
my
waving.
bags of soil. He was on the bag of soil, like, oh yeah, it's
Hey Joy.
time. Oh, that's awesome. Butler Family Farms done it. Ginger's done 9 bales. It worked out fantastic, and it's up. I love the up off the ground part. Though Ginger, I read, and I think I meant y'all heard me say this once before, that there's like this study that happened, and they connected the amount of time it takes you to get up off of the ground with your potential longevity of your life. So I don't know, all us gardeners, maybe it's good we get on the ground sometime to try to time ourselves getting up off of there.
Yeah, and Haynes, exactly. It's straw is super expensive here too. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's funny because in different parts of the country, people are like, "Oh, why don't you use straw?" I would love to use straw for my pig bedding every year, but some
Mm-hmm.
years we go through so much of it, and I bought 5 bales, and I think it was
Mm-hmm.
almost $80.
Yeah. Holy smokes, really? I
Yeah,
paid
like places
eight
in
dollars
Pennsylvania.
for a straw bale.
Oh, places in Pennsylvania, I know we're
Mhm.
saying they get it for like $3. If I could get it for $3, I totally would.
50 minutes last week to get back off the ground. I'm feeling you, Blue. Yep. Hmm. Yeah. So I'm doing that. Those are the new things. And this is like, I know that our topic for today is about growing our skills. And I feel like most people try new stuff around this time of the year with the garden beds. And, oh, I'm doing that friendship starter too, Lisa. If you guys
Yep.
haven't done a friendship starter before. Now, I will be honest, I'm a little concerned about the fact that I'm using a cup of sugar and a cup of milk to make it. And I do that twice before I cook with it. I'm like, oh my word, like how,
Yeah.
is it all being eaten up? I don't know about that. Hey, two doves, bees, and gardens. Good to see you. But I like to try new things and I like to learn new things. I think it's good for brain health and all of that good stuff. And it's fun.
Yeah,
And I'm
definitely.
watching you with the seed roll, and I'm just thinking, holy cow, that looks amazing.
Yeah, it wasn't my idea. I got it from somebody on Instagram, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm happy with it. It would definitely contain things for me because right now I've got seed trays and I've got all that stuff,
Yeah.
you know?
Mm-hmm. That's so true. Two doves, bees, and gardens. Snake nearby, we're all going to move a lot faster.
Either that or I'm going to sit there with a weed whacker.
Uh huh. Look for a weapon nearby. Take off a
Yeah.
shoe.
Yeah.
I went. I was so I me and wasps. I do not like a wasp. They make me very nervous, and I'm afraid of them. And I found myself, my husband, he went down to, he's like, go turn the water on. So I started heading over there, and I had to do a circle to get away from a wasp. And then I get over there, and this wasp is on me. It was ridiculous. So I find myself, he comes back around from me. He's like, what are you doing? Because I'm running around the yard. I'm like, there's a wasp after me. At a certain point, I just decided quit looking back and keep running. Just keep running. So that's what
Yeah.
I was doing until I felt like I was far enough away. But anyway,
Darn things.
yeah. So, what is everybody in the chat? What kind of new stuff are you guys trying this year? Can you
Gwen
share it with
said, I guess my experimental things this year are the 20-year-old watermelon seeds that all came up, and the mystery pumpkin seeds from my mom's sewing machine haven't come up yet.
Oh, wow.
Heather wants to know if you filmed that.
Oh, no. I didn't. I didn't.
Good job, Heather. Good. You should make a video, Mountain Grandma.
Yeah, I don't like those wasps. There's a story though. We used to have a garage with the attic above it, and my brothers locked me up there with wasps when I was little. So the fear is
Oh,
real.
I don't need to be locked up. I just can't stand them.
I was really little too. It's like 3 or 4, and I
Stinging
will never
objects,
forget that.
stinging flying things love me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, reviving old seeds and gibberellic. What in the world is that, Wendy? What's a gibberellic acid? Sunflowers for the first time. That's awesome.
Nice. Suburban hillbilly.
Oh my goodness. I'll bet you did. I would have too. That's awesome, Anne. Hey, Anne. So Grow Big TV's doing a sunflower. If it's a mammoth sunflower, you can win $100. You should enter that.
uh, Gil at Camp Patton Family Compound is growing garlic for the first time. That's excellent. I mean, garlic
Awesome.
is just set it and forget it. That's what I love about it.
Mm-hmm.
And it does well in our climate.
Yeah. Yeah, that is awesome. I still have some out in my garden from last year because
Yep.
I went to go pull them up and they looked really tiny. And I thought, nah, I'm going to leave them there because if I leave them in there, then they're green this year. They're not all dried out. So they're still willing to grow. So I feel like they fight pests. And that's one of the reasons I want them. So they're fine
Hmm.
staying in there. Yeah, Gwen, you should plant a sunflower. It's one of the Grow Big TV $100 challenges. Mhm. Lisa, what
Nice.
all are you growing in your seed rolls? What all do you have growing in those?
Um, I hear you, Nanny Tam. I've been buying mine from our bulk order. When they have the pop-up market, it's a lot cheaper. But seed rolls. So I've got cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower, green beans, spinach. Wait a minute. Cabbage, spinach, broccoli, cauliflower, Siberian tomatoes,
Mm-hmm.
and something else. I can't remember.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
Um, Yeah. So anyway, that's what I've got.
Mhm.
Um,
Cool.
there I think that for me it's just about reality, right? Because
Mhm.
we have done so much to learn and find out what we can
Mm.
grow and grow
Yeah.
well.
Mhm.
And even though I would love to have a fig tree,
Mhm.
you know,
They've got 60 plus of them. That's awesome.
yeah.
We grow what we can grow in our grow zone,
Yep.
or at least what we know of.
Yeah, I mean, because
Because
here's the thing. If you were
mhm.
if you were living in the prairie area, okay, or
Mhm.
the plains area, it would
Mhm.
be so much different,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah,
Because there's a lot
it
more heat,
is.
there's a lot more sun. So
Mhm.
we'll see.
Yeah.
Hopefully the tree cutting made a huge difference.
Yeah. You're definitely going to get more sun. So that's one element you've thrown into the mix, and then water's the other element. Like that. I feel like, and I've done this. I've lived where it's really dry. And it's not just the water that's on the dirt, it's the water that's in the environment. Like just outside here, it's more humid and the
Yeah.
plants are just loving it. But when you
Yep.
live in a dry place, you can water the dirt, the soil, but they're still sitting in a dry environment, and that's what I think makes it kind of challenging.
Well, yeah, and the altitude is the other part, right? Because the elevation
Mhm.
is challenging also. And one of the things so we've worked really hard on our soil, but our soil is literally it becomes like this compacted, almost hydrophobic.
Uh-huh.
I mean, and we have done a lot of amending to our soil to make it more to retain the moisture, and all that kind of
Mhm.
thing. And it's just sometimes it just it
Yeah.
rains and it almost like it
Yeah.
it forms a layer on the top. And I've talked to somebody who lives here who
Yes.
says the same thing.
The soil gets hydrophobic
Yeah, and,
too.
like, the soil
Mhm.
doesn't stay warm because at
Mhm.
night we have cool nights, so the soil gets
Yeah,
cold at night.
you're right. Mhm. That was one of the nice things about being up north, actually. I liked being up north for that. I'm used to going to sleep, and I have always have our thermostat in the winter at 64. So I go to
Mhm.
sleep at 64 degrees. And now as it's getting warmer, it's not 64 degrees, and I'm struggling. This is
Yep.
still hard for me. All right,
The
so
wind
she said you can get germinate old
germinate.
seeds. Yeah, she corrected that later. Soak the seeds in part acid and some water overnight. All right, are we talking apple cider vinegar and water overnight and then place on a coffee filter, let them dry and then plant? Is that what you're saying? Like apple cider vinegar, like one part to one part, Wendy? Hey,
Hey,
River
River
Rat.
Rat. I I am a fan of the full spectrum lights. They have
Me
been
too.
life-changing for
I don't know
me.
if you can see. Wait, this way. That's what I got going
Yeah.
back there.
They're
That's
the
lighting.
crazy pink lights. And River Rat, if you're interested, I got the ones that Living Traditions had. I
Mm-hmm.
really like them, and at the time I bought
Mm-hmm.
them, they were on sale, and I think we bought a six-pack,
Mm-hmm.
and we've had them since 2020 or 21. We love them.
Oh. Hmm. So it's not just like any acid. There's this gibberellic acid. Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna have to Google gibberellic acid. So Gil's in Idaho, and I think he's up north like you, Lisa. Um, Ponderosa lemon seeds. Okay, so Ponderosa, does that mean that those lemon trees might grow at a high altitude where Ponderosa pines are? Or or am I making an association where one does not exist? Those sound fun
I
though.
can't remember the cost of the lights.
So I get the same kind of lights. If you can see the purple tint behind me. And I want to say they were 20 bucks ish, something like that. I actually have two different kinds back there. One's taller than the other. One I clip onto the table and the other one stands up.
Yeah, I
Garlic
wanna
for the
I
first time. Awesome.
oh, man. I mean, there's a bunch you can get. You can also get bulbs that go into a regular socket to use.
Mhm.
I like the long ones. I can't remember the price I'm looking right now. So here, just real quick, this says $100 for, I don't know how many come in the pack. Hang on. I bought it when I was working. Yeah, that was a 6 pack. I don't think we paid $100, but they're full spectrum grow lights. So like Anne, this is what mine look like. They're 4 foot
Oh,
long.
okay. Mine don't look like that. Hmm. Yeah.
So I just, you
Mine
know,
look like this. They got arms that come out and you can bend
oh,
them.
cool.
They're like, yeah, that's what
Yeah,
mine.
this is supposed to be a huge cicada year. And I don't know if you're in the path.
And copperheads. Do you know I have a video? Do you know we used to get a lot of cicadas up north, and I'd walk under the trees, and sometimes I felt like a drip, like, and I'm like, is it rain? Like, it's not raining. You're northern Arizona, just anyway. And so one time we were sitting out on the back porch watching the trees. Cicadas pee, you guys. If you go under a tree with a bunch of cicadas and you feel a drip on you, you just got cicada peed on. I got a video of a cicada peeing. I should put it on when the cicadas come out. I should upload that as a short and like draw an arrow to where you can see it. Just, fun facts.
Hey, Lisa's Corner.
Beware of cicada pee. They are huge lemons. Altitude shouldn't matter. It's the cold. The seeds germinate. I'll be planting in an IBC tote and we'll move into the shop for the winter. Great idea. I would love to have a lemon tree. Oh my goodness. That'd be so
Oh, I
nice.
know it.
Mm-hmm. I wonder how long you have to wait for them to produce.
Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry,
Hey,
Wendy.
Lisa's Corner. Good to see you. Gail's responding to my cicada. Yeah. Yep, I got it on video. I'll share that. It's still on my phone. Oh, awesome, Ginger. Thank you for sending that to me. I can't wait to see that. What all are you growing in yours? Cicadas don't stink. Not they're just noisy. I haven't smelled them. At least I don't think I have.
Yep.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Looks like everybody's doing all kinds of fun new things for this garden season. It's going to be cool to watch everyone.
Joy. Oh my gosh.
When my daughter Katie was little, she had caught herself a cicada outside and brought it in the house, and she named it Lucy. And this thing was her pet.
Yeah, we love them, Gil. They're the best.
Mhm.
I just find them to be so
Mhm.
versatile. And for me, like we just have a banquet table, one of those folding banquet tables, and Ryan put like square pallet pieces on the end, not the full pallet, just
Mhm.
one side of it.
Mhm.
And we have boards and we hang them across, and it just works out well.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
found them to be the best grow lights ever, and they've been a game changer because I don't have leggy seedlings. I don't have
Hey
any
on the plant.
issues. Hey, Tom. Ooh,
Yeah. Oh, really?
we're learning
Wow.
all sorts of new stuff today.
We are. I didn't know about cicada killer wasps. Oh, Lisa, that's awesome.
Good
Starting your
deal.
garden for the first time. That's exciting. I would say if anybody's starting a garden for the first time, I like to just remind people Don't focus too much on the harvest. Focus on the learning and just the experience, because every year when I grow new stuff, shoot, even with the stuff that I've grown before, I have wins and I have fails. So focus on your wins, and then whatever you're going to, learn from whatever fail might occur. Because
Yeah.
I don't know. I always have one. I don't know if anybody who gardens doesn't have a fail. I think that's pretty straight across the board. There's always something that does not go right, or there's, something you expect to do well that doesn't,
The
right?
past 5 years.
God, yes. Every year there's something. Like
Yeah.
last year, usually I can grow squash is like a friend. I mean, that squash always wants to grow for me. Well, and it's funny that I say it's like a friend, because I figured out if you don't grow two of the same squash, there, at least for me, because it's the first time I only grew like one of this squash and one of this squash, and they didn't grow well at all. And I think that they needed a friend. I need to grow two of the same squash at least, or it's not going to work out.
Why would you only grow one?
I don't know, Lisa. I don't
I love
know.
you though for doing it. Needs a friend.
It
My
does.
tomatoes needed lots of friends.
They had lots of friends, which is awesome. You got a business. You have a potential booming business right there with those tomatoes.
I do. I do.
You really do. Like those can be pretty lucrative.
For me, like when it's just funny because for me, it's like I'd rather have more and slam it in there
Uh-huh.
than than not, you know?
Yeah. You're welcome, Lisa. I'm looking forward to seeing how your garden does.
That's
Hey,
awesome.
Lisa's Corner. So there is an open collaboration, and I'm kind of assuming maybe you have a channel. I don't know if you do or not, but um, Garden Tour Club is a collaboration being hosted by Gail's Southern Living. You should do a video for the Garden Tour Club, and then go over to Gail's Southern Living. I don't know if Gail's in the chat right now, but if not, maybe somebody else who's a moderator can share her link. But tag her in it, and she'll shout you out, and we'll all be able to see your garden. I would love to see the start of your garden. That'd be so awesome. Bigger, you got a bigger fright than hubby did. I'm like him. I'm the one that'll scream on you and scare someone else to death. Sam's okay. Gil's using the Sam's Club six
Mhm.
shelf wire shelf rack. I have 8 of the grow lights on it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow, that would be so much better than my table if I
Oh,
had
yeah.
something like that. It would. I would get so
Oh,
many more shelves, and I might need to go that route if because I'm wanting to do some of the crack key hydroponics, like like we talked about before that you did, Lisa.
mhm.
Oh, good. Gail is here. Gail, can you drop your link for
I
Lisa's
dropped it,
Corner? Oh, she did.
but
Oh,
she
thank you,
Lisa
Lisa.
said she's already subscribed.
Oh, good, good, Lisa. Yeah, join in that. That'll be fun.
Can
Um,
somebody post a Lisa's Corner link?
oh, that's exciting, Gwen. Yeah, I'm with you on that, Wendy. So, Gwen's goal this week is to work in the garden while waiting on baby goats to arrive. What are everybody else's goals for the week? What are you working on this week, Lisa?
Patience.
Yeah, that's good. Patience is a
Because it's
good
gonna
one.
be cold.
It is going to be cold. Indoor activity
So,
for a couple days, huh?
yeah, it's gonna get cold for a few days, and then it'll be back up in the 60s, which will be
Mhm.
nice. So I'm hoping to get
Yeah.
my onions out then.
Are you nerding
Um,
out on anything lately? Or are you going to be crocheting?
no, I'm just trying to think. Well, we had plans to cut the rest of the trees down in the back.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem is yesterday was a beautiful day, but it turned out very breezy.
Uh-huh.
And because of that, we could not cut. And so I'm kind of bummed because Saturday, while we were at the show pig sale, it
Uh-huh.
was like 85 degrees in Rapid City.
Uh-huh.
And that's like
That's hot.
extremely warm. Yeah, for that
I'll
time of
say.
year.
Mm-hmm.
But we took advantage and we went to Runnings and picked up 30 Cornish cross
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
because usually we're transporting chicks and meat
Mm-hmm.
birds and it's freezing out. Like it was below
Uh-huh.
zero last year when we got ours.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, it is blowing
Mm-hmm.
hard today. And they keep saying it's raining. And I look out the window, it's hadn't rained here at all.
Yeah.
Not by us.
So you're going to be getting more meat birds soon. That's exciting.
Well, yeah, and we have to, you remember our meat pen got hit by a tree, so we have
That's
to fix
right.
it.
That's right. Okay, so recap, we've got people doing a lot of stuff this week. On the plant is going to be planting 8 Douglas firs. That is awesome. That's going to be so nice out there.
Yep.
Um, Heather's planting bulbs and clearing garden beds. Anne's with you on the patience. And she's planting watermelons tomorrow. And Heather's also going to be trying to get her raised herb bed in this week. Gail's finishing some weeding. So Nanny Tam, we've got some storms around us, right? Not right on top of us. I mean, I'm looking out a window right now and I can see the trees just blowing. But you all
Yeah.
stay safe there.
Hola, Maritza.
Hola Maritza, ¿cómo está? Looking for land. That's awesome. Oh, good luck with that, with the bidding.
Yeah,
Deals to
I
make.
know in North Carolina it was insane with the amount of bids that would go on things. So I really am praying for the
Mhm.
Joy and Donnie that they find what they need.
Yeah, that would be so awesome. I hope you all do soon. Spring cleaning projects done this week. Yeah, that's always nice to do especially when the weather's rough. It's bad storms for everyone.
Oh no. Oh, I
Oh,
hope she feels better. Absolutely. Send in
yeah,
prayers.
I'm praying for her. Oh, dang it. Whoops, I think I skipped some folks. My daughter's going, she's going to do the Three Sisters corns. I'm going to have that. Am I? Okay, I'm not going to have the corn.
I'm gonna
I'm going
have
to
that. Wait, am I?
have, I'm going to have two sisters.
Two sisters.
Yeah. I'm putting my squash and my kidney beans in the same spot. So I got two sisters.
Wow.
Um, Me and hubby took a drive, took some videos, and I was filming over an hour before I realized I
Oh,
forgot. Oh no! I just did that when I was planting my beets. I planted beets. I had it all planned how I was going to do this, and then I went to go turn it off and realized I'd never even turned the dang thing on. I hate it when that happens. Hate it when that
mm-hmm.
happens. One time, me and the hubby, when we lived in northern Arizona, were coming home. We were pulling into the dirt road to go to where we lived, and there was a
Mm-hmm.
whole herd of elk right there. So you think I didn't get buck fever? I absolutely did. And I thought I turned the camera on and did not turn the camera. We'll never see that again. It was amazing. Such a
I
good.
know it. It is 5 of Mountain Grandma.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Time got away
Everybody,
from me.
yeah, me too, because it's been so fun. Y'all keep doing the things. I hope that everybody's finding and making time for the fun stuff. And one little thing, I told this to um, someone that's like one of my coworkers, and I was telling her because she felt like the end of the day comes and you're tired, and you don't want to do anything. There is relaxation in doing things. So I just want to put that out there. It's kind of because the comment was like, how do you do everything that you get done? How do you get it all done? Because I work full time. But when I'm off of work, my relaxation doesn't come from sitting. That I sit
Right.
for work. That's not. I figured
Mm-hmm.
out many years ago that relaxation comes from doing things that bring me joy after work.
Right.
whether it's cooking or maybe even bring me peace because, sometimes maybe I'm doing some household chores or whatever, but I'm doing it in a peaceful way. So I think if you recognize what brings you peace and your extra downtime, your relaxation can come from doing things, you'll find that you end up being more productive and getting more stuff done. So for
Yep.
anybody that might have helped, there's that. And I hope you all have a blessed rest of your week. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Real quick, don't forget about all the collaborations. There's the Garden Tour Club, Grow Big TV, make $100, growing something big. Not for Nothing's Homesteads collaboration just wrapped up with Megan's Fearless Adventures, but still some cool videos out there on Home is Where the Health is. And I've got a collab coming in May, and we'll be talking about that next week.
Have a great day, everybody.
Bye, everyone. See you next week.